Welcome to Mindful Chatting, a podcast where therapy meets real life. I'm Kristen, a therapist, business owner, and a lifelong student of what it means to fully show up in our relationships, in our work, and in our healing. Here, we unpack mental health concepts, explore mindfulness tools, and talk through the messy, beautiful, in-between moments that shape us. Whether you're a fellow clinician, a curious listener, or someone navigating your own growth, this space is for you. Let's chat. Hey friend, welcome back to Mindful Chatting. I'm Kristen, a therapist, doctoral student, and your companion as we're unpacking what ADHD really looks like in daily life. So before we dive in, you know the drill. Grab your comfort drink, your blanket, or even just pause. Let's take a grounding breath. This space is for you. Today, we're talking about a big one, about how relationship status impacts connection and loneliness for ADHD women. And here's how we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about what we're going to be exploring, what it looks like in real life, what the research says, what my dissertation is finding out, and why results don't really tell the full story, and what this all means for you. Let's get started. All right, so let's unpack this. I think we tend to assume that if we're partnered, if we're in a relationship, we're being supported. But for ADHD women, loneliness often persists whether you're single, dating, or married. And the relationship label doesn't guarantee connection. Sometimes it hides disconnection even more. Ugh, that sounds terrible, but let's define. Let's see what this actually looks like. So for ADHD women, relationship struggles might look like overfunctioning in partnerships, like doing the planning, the emotional labor, the remembering for both people, feeling too much or not enough, no matter what your status is, staying in friendships or relationships that are draining because leaving feels like failure or rejection, and being married or partnered but still carrying the ache of loneliness. Research connects ADHD symptoms to challenges in sustaining healthy reciprocal relationships. Rejection sensitivity makes minor slights feel like abandonment, and executive dysfunction interferes with consistent communication and those shared responsibilities. Emotional regulation struggles mean that ADHD women may swing between over-apologizing and withdrawing. And then masking plays a role, presenting as always fine while quietly carrying that disconnection. The literature also shows that marriage or long-term partnership doesn't erase these challenges. In some cases, it intensifies them because women overfunction to really keep it all together. So when I was doing my dissertation and I was looking at relationship status as one of those variables when it came to social disconnection and loneliness, here's what I found. Relationship status does impact reported loneliness, but not always in the way you'd expect. Some married or partner women actually scored high on loneliness and just as high as single participants. That's shocking. So single participants weren't automatically lonelier. Some reported stronger support from friends or those chosen family. So while the data suggests a connection, the nuance matters. Status isn't the same as support. We have to think about some other variables that could be at play. The quality of the support. So having just one close, safe friendship or relationship can buffer loneliness more than a marriage that feels disconnected. We also have to consider trauma history. If we've had past rejection, that can echo louder in our current partnerships. We have to think about our masking and our invisibility. Women often underreport struggles if they don't want it to look like they're failing in relationships. We want to keep up that saying that everything is fine. And then we also have to think about the cultural narratives. External pressure to be partnered may cloud how we interpret our loneliness. So let's step back. What does this mean for you? If you're single and feel disconnected, it doesn't mean you're failing. If you're partnered and still feel lonely, it doesn't mean you're broken. And if you've carried guilt for not doing relationships right, you're not alone. ADHD makes connection harder, not because you're unworthy, but because your nervous system processes relationships differently. And I did another episode about this, and I'll put this in the show notes if you want to go back and dive a little bit deeper. But what matters most isn't the label of our relationship. It's whether your connections feel safe, seen, and supportive. One more thing before you go, and this helps me personally, staying present and grounded, which we all need, especially when your brain wants to spiral into disconnection. Me too. It's Brain FM. It's musically designed to help ADHD brains, well, really anyone's brain, focus, relax, or sleep, and I use it almost daily. If you want to try it, I've dropped my link in the show notes. And if you're looking for planning tools or ADHD-friendly resources, I'll keep a list of my favorite links in every episode. So as we wrap up, here's the takeaway. Relationship status doesn't predict your loneliness. What matters is the quality, safety, and reciprocity of your connections. Whether you're single, dating, or partnered, you deserve to be seen and supportive. Thanks for being with me today. And remember, your worth isn't defined by your status. It's defined by the safety and authenticity of your connections. Until next time, stay connected, and as always, be gentle with your mind.